Now, for most of us, running just one marathon in our lifetime would be a very proud achievement indeed. But Sydney man Tom Dennis, wait for it, runs the equivalent of a marathon every day.
He's about to complete an incredible feat of endurance by circling, wait for it, the globe. To tell us more, our reporter Kumi joins us from Maruba Beach. And Kumi, were you getting into some of the training yourself in preparation?
Well, look, I was, Bev. I thought I'd run a marathon a couple of months ago and thought I was actually going really well, as Michael said, but Tom puts all of us to shame. He's with me here now. I want to get stuck straight into questioning him because I've just too many questions to ask. Tom, thank you for joining us and congratulations on what's going to be a massive achievement. You said, Tom, that you wanted a running challenge. Is this a challenge that sometimes you had sort of second thoughts about along the way?
At times, yes, but I never really thought about giving up.
26,000 kilometres, you have about 10 Ks to go today. How do you think you're going to feel when you run across into the Opera House and finish this 2-year journey?
It's a good question, and I have thought about that along the way, and I think I'm just going to have to wait and see how I go.
Okay, so let's talk about the run. When you run around the world for so many kilometres, run through so many countries, do you see the world in a different way when you run through it?
Yes, a lot of people have thought that I would, take note of how large the world is, but actually it feels smaller. It really does. The world doesn't seem to be as big anymore now that I've run around it. It's maybe a bit counterintuitive, but that's how it is.
And what about the people you've met along the way? There's some vision of you on your website, people wanting to run along with you. Have you had some conversations with people, and what are some of the highlights?
Yeah, there's been heaps of people that I've met along the way, and more these days I'm getting people coming and running with me. Yeah, the highlights, I guess, have been more along the lines of the geographical aspects, the Grand Canyon, running along the rim, running through Monument Valley and, doing a little takeoff of the Forrest Gump scene, and over the Andes, and I think the real highlight was across the Nullarbor. I really enjoyed running across the Nullarbor with Carmel and a couple of other friends.
You mentioned Carmel, your wife's been such a massive support during this 2 years. Running seems to be such a solo venture, but you really have done this as a team. What do you think about when you're running along? Do you think about Carmel and driving along with your things ahead of you, or what goes through your head?
Well, that certainly is part of it. I mean, she will be doing various things during the day, but one of them will be to provide me with drinks and food, and so yeah, we either work out where we're going to meet up ahead, or maybe where she might drop some food and drink for me to pick up along the way. Yeah, I mean, she did that one time, and we found that crows were starting to get into the food, so then she had to start building these rock small buildings, to house the food and drink. So, we've had some interesting experiences.
I have to ask you about the physical toll. Run marathon equivalent today. You said you've gone through about 17 pairs of shoes. Mm-hmm. How's the body holding up?
Very well. In fact, it feels stronger now than when I started. I think I've, just gotten used to it, and it's not the sort of thing that most people, are going to ever undertake. But if you do, I think you'll find that your body does sort of adapt very well.
How are you going to live a normal life now? You're going to be at home for the first time in a bed. You've slept in, 500 plus different beds around the world in the last 2 years. Tonight, when it's all over and you're sitting at home, what will tomorrow bring?
That's something I've tried not to think too much about. I didn't want to then have my life planned out, post this run. So I'm just going to relax and see what I feel like doing, and well, as far as athletic challenges go, I'm just going to let that one come naturally.
Tom Dennis, congratulations on such a fantastic achievement, and good luck today running those last 10 kilometres. Melbourne guys, sorry, Bev and Michael, I can't hear you guys through my earpiece at the moment.
Don't you start. I've already been called Virginia today by Vanessa. Kumi, don't you start.
It's just too confusing. I can't hear you guys. I couldn't hear you, so I didn't know if you're telling me to stop or anything. But anyway, Tom, obviously a fantastic achievement, and he'll be running 10 more kilometres running into the Opera House today. He'll get there about 1 o'clock Eastern time, finishing 26,000 kilometres and kind of setting a quite high benchmark for all of us who think we're quite good amateur runners.
Oh my God. I just hope he really does have a break. Kumi, great to see you. Thank you so much.